In order to find 8C3, I think of it as 8P3 divided by the second number factorial. That's how I think of it. And how do we calculate that? Well, 8P3 to me is 8, and you decrease by 1 each time, and you go 3 terms. So you start with 8 and you go 3 terms. Divided by 3 factorial means you start with 3 and work your way down to 1. And what we'll see here is always the bottom will cancel out in some fashion. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6, so this will cancel with the 6. So my answer is 56. 8C3 is 56. Number 2 here. 6 people running for a committee. In how many ways can 3 people be elected for identical jobs? Now, identical jobs, you'd think, is that order or no order? Is it a permutation? Is it a combination? Now, since they're identical jobs, that means that we don't really care about order because they're all the same type of job. So that would be, if there's no order, that would be C. So it would be 6C3. So we start with 6, or choosing 3 from that. And when you calculate 6C3, that again is going to be 6 times 5 times 4 over 3 times 2 times 1, which this is going to cancel with the 6, leaving you 20. So there'd be 20 ways. Next one. How many different passwords can you make if the first 2 characters are numbers? So the first 2 are numbers, and the second 3 are letters. And you can repeat, meaning you can use the same number over and over again. So if you can repeat, let's think about the first 2 numbers. So we have 2 numbers. So for numbers, if you can repeat, you have 10 numbers to choose from. And then if you can repeat, you could also have 10 more numbers to choose from, because you have the same 10 you can choose from. Don't forget 0 is a number. And then what we got here is 3 letters. So 1, 2, 3 for each of the letters. And there are 26 letters. And if you can repeat, it means it's 26 over and over again. So my answer looks like it's going to be 10 times 10, which would be really big. So let's just write it as 10 squared. And let's write this as 26 cubed. And that actually is your answer because we're not allowed a calculator. So I just want you to set this one up the best that you can. Now, if you could not repeat, that means this would be permutations. But since you can repeat, it's this type. Last way, we're going to Subway. We have 4 different breads, 5 different meats, and 10 different fillings. How many sandwiches can you make if you can choose 2 meats and 2 fillings? Now, hopefully you realize you're choosing 1 bread. I've never seen a sandwich with more than 1 bread, really. So out of the 4 breads, you're choosing 1. Times, let's see, the meats. There are 5 to choose from, and it looks like we're choosing 2. And by the way, it's C because we don't care about order. And the last one is 10 to choose from, and we want 2 fillings out of the 10. And again, these are all C because order really doesn't matter too much. Okay, this is going to be 4. 5C2 is 5 times 4 over 2 times 1. 10C2 is 10 times 9 over 2 times 1. So it looks like my answer is going to be 4 times what? This cancels, leaving you to 10 times, this cancels with that, 5. So this cancels with this, leaving you a 5. So again, that would leave you a 2 there. So that would leave you 545. And then when you do this, 40 times 45, when you multiply that, that's 0, so put 0 there. This right here is a 20, 16, 18. So it looks like my answer is 1800. Hopefully that makes sense.